How's everybody doing today? Today I'm going to be discussing case study 4, or case 4, and it is talking about paid journalism worldwide. So the first thing, the ethical situation going on within this story is essentially this case study is talking about how in America and other countries, how bribery and paying people and influencing people for stories is a massive thing, and how it goes into a story about how two journalists got paid for writing stories favoring there was this man named Premier Razul and opponent Masubi Skatawasha, and it is basically saying that these journalists were paid very, very heftily for writing stories opposing a candidate, essentially slandering his name and writing against him, and basically taking money and putting out this work. So the values that are most important in this case study is the underlining reasons of why people accept these insane amounts of money for their work, and also how you have to question the integrity of people writing these stories, because while they're being paid these lump sums of money, they're also seriously slandering and potentially ruining someone's political career or anything along those lines. So, in the beginning, the paid journalism started with a scandal at this place called Camp Argus. So two ethical principles that are applicable to the dilemma is first being the fact that it is not ethical for somebody to pay someone 50 grand to write a story to slander another person. Like, that's not right, and it's not ethical, and it's just not okay to do that no matter the circumstance. The second one being is, reading through these case studies, is just the ethical fact of being a good human being and not accepting bribes or anything to completely just try to throw off someone's career. Like, and that's never okay to do, and it should not be. Through what I've learned from this class, it's never okay to ethically do somebody in the wrong way. I would say some loyalties that are evident in this case study is that while the people were writing this slander and doing these bad things, they were technically being loyal to the people that were paying them these crazy amounts of money. And for an example, after these journalists, these Razul and Skawatska, not long afterwards, a journalist was accused of accepting 100,000 rand for a positive story on a police officer suspected of murder. Like, ethically, how can you support someone that did that? Also, they accepted 50,000 rand for not publishing a story on a senior police officer, which, another thing, you're condoning one person, but somebody that's doing the right thing, you're not going to give them the credit they need. And also, reading into this case study, it was talking about how China has extremely stringent regulations against bribery. The professional ethics principle for Chinese journalism prohibits all forms of paid news, including hush money to kill or ignore important stories. So technically, China is way above the game in the sense that they don't allow any of this awful stuff to go on. Government officials have even been imprisoned for paying money to people for media coverage that was not allowed, and they stay at the top of the level for not allowing this stuff to go on. Companies also can buy coverage. So essentially, they can go to one component and they can say, hey, we'll pay you $50,000 to $100,000 to cover your story. And the company will say, yeah, y'all can come cover this story for an amount of money. This is okay to be paying for coverage, but at the same time, these ethically, and learning in this class, ethically, it is not okay or right to be bribing somebody to give you the news credit or story that you want to have. Like, that's not okay. And hopefully down the road I can learn more about how this stuff applies and why this stuff is bribing should not be allowed ever. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.